happy to bring with myself a bunch of knowledge about this incredible product and tell you that our research and development team has been working really hard, and a lot of years went into the R&D behind this incredible product. And hopefully today I can share with you a whole bunch of information that will give you a bunch of confidence about why we're so excited about this product. Now, keep in mind, do you need to be a scientist to sell this product? No. In fact, please don't become a scientist. Let the scientists do the science. But I want you to know that this training will give you that confidence behind what we're all about and what we're doing. So I do have a presentation to share. Let me share my screen here really quick. Quick intro about myself. I'm on the scientific team. I was part of the development of this product, along with AgeLock Reset, which is another product we'll talk about down the future, and other stuff that's really exciting coming out in the future. I've been with the company for 11 years. I've traveled the world. I haven't traveled in the last year because of COVID. Unfortunately, I'm not there in Australia, but maybe someday we'll get back there and start traveling again when things settle down. But I'm excited to be here. I work with our team of scientists, and we have this incredible product that I've already been taking actually for a few weeks now, and I've noticed a difference. And you guys are lucky because you are the first market around the globe to get it. You even get it before the US market does, and usually they're first. So a round of applause to you and your team of management who's like, we need to get our hands on this product ASAP. So let's jump in. We're going to talk about Collagen Plus. The official product name is Beauty Focus Collagen Plus, but for simplicity, I'll probably just call it Collagen Plus throughout this presentation. So we are going to talk a little bit about the science of the skin and collagen, why that structural protein is so important. We're going to talk about the key ingredients in this unique formula and why these are benefits you can get from our product that you're not going to get from any other beauty from within supplement. And if you listen to our investor day, Ryan called this out as a $50 billion beauty from within supplement industry. So there's a huge marketplace for this, and it continues to grow in all demographics, right? From the older groups who want more youthful skin to the younger groups and the millennials who want that beauty from within and nutrition to enhance their beauty. And so this really is a product for everybody. And then we'll talk about some of the clinical study results on Collagen Plus. I dare you to find, the type of studies and the type of evidence for the ingredients in addition to clinically studying the blend out there in the marketplace in this beauty from within category. You're going to look for a long time because you're not going to find it. So science of skin, this is important to understand before we jump into what this product is all about, because as you can see here, we have the skin, and on the outside, we have the epidermis. Now, the epidermis is the outside layer of these skin cells that slough off on a regular basis. There's an epidermal to dermal junction where you can see that underneath the epidermis, we have all of these different proteins. And the hexagon-shaped protein, those are called collagen, okay? Collagen provides that structure to the skin. Those wavy-looking proteins that you can see there, those are elastin. Elastin is what gives that snapback quality to the skin. And then we have those ball-shaped molecules. Those are hydrating molecules like glycosaminoglycans, hyaluronic acid, and others. And those are the main components of the dermis. Now, with young, healthy skin, it looks like that. Unfortunately, with aging, it tends to cave, right? And we get lines and wrinkles. We get discoloration. The collagen, look at how that collagen is broken down. You have less collagen, and the structure actually shifts with aging and damage. The elastin disappears, and these moisture molecules disappear or go down in number as well. And so that causes havoc on the skin. And so the question is, what can we do about some of these underlying things underneath the skin from a nutritional point of view? And how do we focus on boosting collagen and elastin in the skin? So collagen, I love this picture because it really looks like a rope. It's rope-like in that collagen is a very big protein. Now, the anatomy of proteins is that they're made of chains of amino acids. And each of these 3 chains have over 1,000 amino acids. So think of these super really long chains that are wound around each other. That's what gives its glue or its structure to hold the skin together. And it's like a glue, right? It holds everything together and gives it that strength and that structure. It's found in your bones, right? It's found in your muscles. It's found in your tendons and ligaments, right? So around your joints. And it's found in the skin, of course. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. And you think about it, we have cells with genes and DNA, and they make all the proteins in the body. And so of all of these different kinds of proteins, 30% of them are collagen. It just gives you an indicator of how important this crucial protein is inside the body, not just for the skin, but for other tissues as well. But specifically for the skin, which is the focus of this product, it is the major structural component of the skin. About 80% of its dry weight is made out of collagen. Now, we talk about aging. Well, unfortunately, aging takes a toll on the collagen synthesis in the skin, and it usually declines by about 1.5%. I've seen studies that range between about 1% to 2%. These are all estimates, but 1.5 is a good estimate of that degradation of collagen synthesis that happens. Your body just isn't as effective with aging, and that usually begins at a young age and from adulthood. But in addition to aging, there are other factors that can really play a toll on your skin and the loss of collagen: pollution, smoking, oxidative stress, and especially environment and sunlight, right? In fact, of all of the things that destroy and damage your collagen, it's sunlight. That's why we recommend good skincare, and we recommend good moisturizers with SPF if you're out in the sun to be able to block those rays, the UVA and UVB rays, because that really plays a toll on your collagen. And a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? In this example, you can see that those red areas in the dermis, that has been stained as collagen. And so all of those red pieces are collagen. In young skin at age 23 in this particular study, you can see that the collagen looks really rich and abundant and healthy and holding up the skin. But with old age, at age 75, you can see that with aging, the collagen isn't quite as strong, right? It's not quite as abundant. There's less number. It doesn't have that same structure, but it's still there in decent parts. This is old skin that hasn't been exposed to the sun. But then look at that far column on the right. You can see that with sun exposure, look at how it degrades the collagen in your skin. I mean, it pretty much disappears there. That the structure, the number, is just hurt so bad. And if we were to have a graphical representation of this, you can see that with the young age, that collagen holds up the skin. Even the old age, if it protects the collagen, you can see that there's minimal lines and wrinkles. But the old age with sun exposure, look how deep those lines and wrinkles go. And that's why collagen is so important, because it's going to help to protect against the deepness of those lines and wrinkles with aging, and especially when combined with sun exposure. So let's talk about our solution to collagen loss with aging and these environmental factors. We've put in a lot of research and development and looked at a lot of competitor products and looked at a lot of the best ingredients from Beauty From Within. And I can tell you firsthand that there is a big difference in the quality and efficacy of different Beauty From Within supplements in the marketplace. And we truly do believe that we have the best out there and the best value in terms of just the ingredients that we selected and the forms. And why this is going to be so special, because you're going to take this and you're going to see fantastic results that I'll get into. So first and foremost, we feature bioactive collagen peptides. So these are not generic or typical collagen peptides. We call them bioactive because they are active in stimulating collagen and elastin synthesis inside the skin. And this is significant because even small differences in the average weight of these peptides can make a big difference in their ability to actually stimulate collagen and elastin inside the skin. And so a lot of testing has taken place to be able to find the best and optimal combination of these small molecular weight peptides that are able to be the most effective ones at stimulating collagen to provide those anti-aging and youth preservation benefits on the skin. We also feature lutein. Lutein is an ingredient not typically found in beauty from within supplements, but in our opinion, it's super important because the science supports it for number one, improving skin radiance, so that youthful glow. And then number two, for protecting the skin in terms of being a very powerful antioxidant. And then number three, we have phytoceramides. These are from a wheat extract, and these phytoceramides are naturally present in the skin and help to support hydration and moisture. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into each of these ingredients, but let's start with these bioactive collagen peptides, which if there was a hero ingredient in this formula, it is these peptides. So before we jump into collagen peptides, it's important to understand the difference between that and collagen, because you may have grown up hearing about the benefits of collagen, right? Or even gelatin, and hear about, oh, well, I just need to have a collagen broth or just put collagen in my drink and I get the same benefits. But it doesn't work that way, because collagen is very big. It has an average molecular weight of 300 kilodaltons. You compare that to collagen peptides, these are in the single digits, usually between 1 and 8 kilodaltons. So you're talking about almost 100 times smaller weight, right, in terms of comparing these peptides to collagen. And so although collagen is broken down inside the body, we know that specific collagen peptides can actually be absorbed intact, and they can then stimulate collagen synthesis. And so we'll get to that in just a little bit, but there's a big difference there. The advantages, obviously, with collagen peptides in general is that they're highly digestible, they're better absorbed, and they're easily distributed inside the body. So of course, we compare this to another product that just has collagen. We say, oh, well, look, ours is better digested, better absorbed, and better distributed inside the body. But what about another product that has collagen peptides? Where is the difference there? Well, the difference is in the processing of the collagen peptides, because there's different ways to come out with these different collagen peptides. And each of them have different averages of molecular weights. Ours has 2 kilodaltons. That is the average molecular weight of the peptide profile that makes up our bioactive collagen peptides. You'll find other products that are a little bit smaller. Typically, other products are going to have a little bit bigger. You know, that might be about 2.5 or 3 or 4. Like I said, most are between 1 and 8, but that small difference can have a huge impact. So it begins as collagen. It goes through a controlled treatment, and what that does is it denatures those 3 strands that are wrapped around each other. So it separates those strands into these long chains of amino acids. Question of the day, who knows what this is called when collagen is denatured? It's gelatin. That's how you make gelatin, is you denature the collagen. And so you have gelatin there from this point. But it goes through another very important step, and this is the hydrolysis step. In fact, have you heard about collagen peptides versus hydrolyzed collagen? It's the exact same thing. It's just a different way to name it, whether it be collagen peptides or hydrolyzed collagen. It's the same thing because it goes through, well, a similar process, but those small differences can have a big impact. Our specific process is actually patented to be able to create these specific collagen peptides with an average weight of 2 kilodaltons, which is very significant because these are very small molecular weight peptides that are the most effective at stimulating collagen synthesis. Now, what I like to mention here is that there's a lot of different collagen peptides, and they're all going to provide building blocks in terms of just amino acids to provide nutrients for the body to make collagen. But the real key is going to be cell signaling. And I wish on this graph I had 100 different keys, because each key is going to be a little bit different. The great thing about our key is that it has the closest fit to these receptors on the outside of these cells. They call them fibroblasts in the skin that actually produce collagen. It has the most close fit to that receptor to be able to stimulate collagen more effectively than other keys, right, or other collagen peptides that exist in the marketplace. And so think of this as we looked at all of these different keys and all of these different fits, and we found the best key to be able to unlock new skin proteins. That's really some of the incredible science behind this. Now, I want to talk about this for a second because our bioactive collagen peptides have consistently shown the highest stimulatory effect of collagen synthesis in collagen-producing skin cells called fibroblasts compared to generic collagen peptides. Like I mentioned, a lot of testing went into this to find what is the right blend or the right combination or the right size of these peptides, because we found that even peptides that are very similar, whether it be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, were really not as efficient, and some of them not even close in terms of being able to boost collagen synthesis inside the skin. And that's why this patented process makes a really big difference here. And then this, of course, has been confirmed in human clinical trials, right? Showing improved skin elasticity and reduced wrinkles and other benefits that I'm going to share with you today. Before I jump to the next slide, I actually want to compare this, because if you were to imagine a graph right here, imagine the highest bar of that graph being our source of collagen peptides. In other words, this has the highest effect, okay? And then imagine one about maybe half that. Well, that's going to be your generic, right? Your generic collagen peptides, sure, they're going to help to produce a little bit of collagen, but it's not nearly as close as what our source is going to provide. And then compare that to gelatin. Like I mentioned earlier, gelatin is just collagen that's been denatured. So it has the same strands, the same amino acids. And how do you think gelatin performs in terms of boosting collagen synthesis? Very minimal. The effect is 0 to very minimum effects in boosting collagen synthesis. Now think about that for a second. Well, if gelatin has the same amino acids as collagen, why is there such a big difference? Well, the difference goes back to this slide right here, in that, the gelatin serves, or the collagen serves, as these building blocks, but these collagen peptides, they're small enough that they can actually be absorbed sufficiently intact. So they're not broken down all the way. They're absorbed in these really small pieces where they can actually fit inside of this lock or this receptor to be able to stimulate these new collagen and this new elastin inside the skin. So that really is some of the special science behind the selection of why this is bioactive, right? Because not every collagen peptide out there is bioactive. Okay, let's talk about some of these human clinicals, because we know that it stimulates collagen synthesis, but that's wonderful. What do the clinicals say? And this is incredible science, because you can see here in this study published in 2014, 69 individuals between the ages of 35 and 55 were taking these bioactive collagen peptides, BCP for short on this particular graph, and skin elasticity was measured using a cutometer, which measures how elastic the skin is. And remember, elasticity has to do with the snapback quality of your skin. If you remember when you were super young and you pinch your cheek and it just flies right back really, really quickly, kind of like a rubber band, it just flaps back really quick. Well, with aging, if you pinch onto that skin too long, right, it takes a little bit longer to snap back, right? That's what we're talking about in terms of elasticity of the skin. And what this study showed was a very dramatic difference, a 15% increase in skin elasticity after just 8 weeks of supplementation with the active dose of bioactive collagen peptides of 2.5 grams. Keep in mind that the demographic that was 50 to 55-year-olds, their increase was up to 30%. So, and that makes sense, because maybe they've lost a little bit more elasticity of the skin, and so they had more to improve. And so with that greater age, they saw an even greater difference in terms of skin elasticity benefits in a very short period of time. Study number 2, there was noted a 20% decrease in the appearance of wrinkle volume. Now, when you hear that term wrinkle volume, what do you think about? Well, you should think about the deepness of those wrinkles. If you remember earlier when I talked about collagen helping to prevent the deepness of those wrinkles, because it provides that structure and that strength for the skin. And so if you're able to better support collagen synthesis, it makes sense that those lines and wrinkles, or the volume or the deepness, are not going to be quite so deep as they were before, because we're better supporting the skin. Now, this is specifically looking at the wrinkles around the eye area or the crow's feet. But as you can see here, the bioactive collagen peptides at the 2.5 clinically effective dose were able to reduce those by 20%, a very significant finding. I should point out that I've actually looked at other products where they see a very minor difference in lines and wrinkles, or even a 5% decrease. And I compare that to what we're offering, and it's a really incredible, dramatic decrease in a very short period of time. Once again, just looking at 8 weeks. And this is for the 45 to 65-year-old demographic in this particular study. One more study I want to share with you. This is looking at nails, right? Who wants prettier nails? Well, this study actually showed a 12% increase in nail growth rate. And you think about this, this to me is kind of a principle or a concept that, you know what, these particular peptides in the collagen are able to not only just stimulate collagen synthesis in the skin, but these nutrients actually go elsewhere in the body, and they're able to support other similar processes that are related to that very important function for these nutrients. And in this case, we could see a 12% increase in nail growth rate. On the flip side, and the data isn't shown in this graph, but it's in this clinical study, there was over a 40% reduction in the number of cracked or broken nails. So that to me shows you that these nutrients are actually giving you that strength and that better structure to your nails as well. So as a proof of concept study, we see benefits to the skin and we see benefits to the nails. Now, we talk about these bioactive collagen peptides. All of those studies were done at 2.5 grams. Why is that significant? Because that is the clinically effective dose. How much do you think we put inside of our product? Who can guess? Yeah, you're right if you said it. 2.5 grams. We're using the clinically effective dose to see all of these benefits. Now, this is a study where we actually measured, well, the amount of collagen and elastin in the skin. And this is in 45 to 65-year-olds. And you can see a dramatic 65% increase in collagen. Now, think about that for a second. If your ability to make collagen declines by about 1.5% each year, starting in your early adulthood, well, a 65% increase in a short period of time of 8 weeks of supplementation is, to me, a really big signal that you're able to help restore that more youthful level of collagen that you had in a very short period of time because of how effective these collagen peptides are. Like I mentioned earlier, they have the highest stimulatory effect for collagen synthesis. And here's the proof. You can see it from the in vitro research to begin with, and then you can see it when you actually measure collagen in the skin. 18% increase in elastin. Now, people ask, well, Tanner, how does that even work? Because this is collagen peptides. How does that boost elastin? Well, there's actually similar receptors at play and similar nutrients at play for being able to actually create collagen and create elastin in the skin. And so the collagen peptides are broken down into these smaller di and tripeptides as it's metabolized. And some of those are so small enough that they're absorbed intact to be able to stimulate this process where, yes, it does indeed, through these nutrients in that process, boost collagen and elastin in the skin. So you really get the best of both worlds from this incredible high quality source of collagen peptides that are bioactive. Fibrilin, this is an increase of 6%. It wasn't significant in the study, but it was trending up, and that structural protein helps to support elastin inside the skin. And so just incredible findings across the board here. Now, that's kind of our hero ingredient, okay? Keep that in mind, and we'll talk about it a little bit more at the end. If you have any questions, be sure to jot them down. I'm happy to answer all of your easy and even all of your hard questions as we get started with this incredible product. So why lutein? Well, this helps to differentiate the product, and it provides unique benefits that are not typically found in Beauty From Within supplements. And it's actually not an ingredient typically even found in Beauty From Within, but to our surprise, this one was one of the key ones that really stood out to us. As if we were to formulate a Beauty From Within ideal supplement, we need to have lutein. And for all of these benefits, it helps to filter blue light. Lutein is a carotenoid antioxidant with a unique structure that you can see at the bottom of that slide. And with that, those conjugated double bonds, which means that it alternates between single and double bonds, it acts like a sponge. And if you know a sponge, it just soaks stuff up. And so this lutein, it's kind of this skin protector where it's soaking up some of that blue light. And as a filter, it can help to reflect it back out into the world so that it doesn't penetrate the skin and do the damage that at least high amounts of blue light can actually cause. And so as that filter, I really like it because lutein serves as this protector or this protective ingredient of the skin. Number two, increasing hyaluronic acid. this is a very significant benefit because a lot of people might question or ask you, well, why did we not put hyaluronic acid in our very supplement? Well, the answer is that we believe that we get the best of both worlds by using the combination of these ingredients in the formula, in that they're able to stimulate the natural production of hyaluronic acid instead of just giving it to you in a form where maybe it's not absorbed super well or it's not at a dose that is efficacious. And so even though there are benefits to hyaluronic acid, don't get me wrong, we felt like this was a better, much more natural way to be able to increase this super important molecule that helps to support moisture inside the skin and give you that radiant glow, decreasing oxidative stress and increasing your carotenoid levels in the skin. These are the other core benefits of why we added lutein, because no one else in the world can prove that your ingredients are being absorbed like we can with the biophotonic scanner. So we can measure compliance and we can measure the difference. And we did a clinical study to validate that increase. And we saw about a 10,000 point increase after 4 months of taking this product. And so very significant change. And in doing so, it's helping to decrease that oxidative stress. And you think about your skin. I mean, your skin is exposed to oxidative stressors on a regular basis, from pollution to the environment to sunlight to aging, right? It's a very dynamic group of cells that need that antioxidant support. In fact, perhaps more so than other tissues inside the body that have this interior protection, right? And so the fact that lutein can be found in the skin and we can measure that difference shows that we're making a really big impact on protecting against oxidative stress from these free radicals that can damage our DNA, our proteins, our lipids, and even our cells. Okay, let's talk about the other key ingredient we have here, phytoceramides. Now, these come from a wheat lipid extract, and we're using 70 milligrams, which is an effective dose to be able to support hydration and moisture. You can see here in this particular study with a wheat lipid extract, there was an increase in skin hydration, and there was a decrease in transepidermal water loss. Now, for those of you that are wondering, Tanner, I don't even know what ceramides are. That's okay. Let me explain. Ceramides are little spongiforms. They're little compounds that are found on the outside layer of your skin. So in the epidermis, in fact, in the stratum corneum, which is the very outside layer of your skin, you have this layer of ceramides. Now, these ceramides, you can think of them kind of like an umbrella or a protector, because what they do is they protect the skin from losing moisture. So it's kind of like this outside barrier that says, hey, skin, I want to protect you and keep all the moisture in, which is why you can see a significant decrease in the transepidermal water loss, because your skin is constantly changing and flowing based on the environment and sunlight. And that drains some of the moisture that we naturally have on the skin. But we want to retain or even boost that moisture level, because we know that hydrated skin is very healthy, youthful looking skin. To be able to provide that more youthful, beauty enhancing benefits, we decided to add these ceramides as kind of a unique player in the industry, but also as an ingredient at an effective dose to be able to support that key benefit. So we talked about these three key ingredients, right? The bioactive collagen peptides, the lutein, and the wheat lipid extract, all at these effective doses based on clinical studies to support all of these benefits that I'll show you in here in just a few slides. But let's talk about the clinical study real fast, because this is a key differentiator for our company. When you look at this beauty from within space, you're going to be hard pressed to be able to find an actual clinical study on the blend or the formula that's been created. Okay, you're going to find testimonials and before and afters, and we encourage you to do the same thing. When you get your hands on this product, take really good before and afters so that you can mark the difference and being able to see that difference in radiance or lines and wrinkles or moisture or however it works for you in your particular body. But this is real science, and this is a clinical study. It was double-blind, placebo-controlled for 4 months for 40 to 60-year-old groups, and there were 20 in the placebo and 40 in the treatment. And you can see there at the bottom, all of the groups did the LumiSpa on their half of the face, so that we could see how LumiSpa interacts with the placebo and interacts with the treatment or the supplement to see if there are additive or enhanced benefits by combining LumiSpa with a supplement. I don't want to spoil the answer, but we're going to find out really soon what kind of results we saw with this study. So an expert visual grader at 4 months noted an increase in overall appearance of the skin, an increase in skin texture. And skin texture is about kind of the roughness or the smoothness of the skin. So just kind of how it feels on the surface. And then an increase in skin radiance as well. And this is percent improvement over baseline. So this isn't the number of subjects. This is the percent of improvement after a short period of time of just 4 months of taking this blend in some of these very difficult attributes to actually change on the surface of the skin. In this clinical study as well, we measured the antioxidant protection and defense system with our biophotonic scanner. And you could see that compared to baseline, after 4 months of supplementation, the placebo actually goes down. That's significant to me because we measure carotenoids with the biophotonic scanner, and these carotenoids, they're not replenished inside the body. So if you're not eating fruits and vegetables rich in these carotenoids, or if you're not getting them from supplementation, like our incredible product, Age Lock Youth, or from this supplement as well, our Beauty Collagen Plus, then what happens is they're actually, they go down. They're depleted inside the body because they're not recycled. Versus taking our product, you can see a dramatic increase in Collagen Plus after 4 months. Like I mentioned earlier, it's about a 10,000 point increase with the 5 milligram clinically effective dose of lutein from Marigold. Now, these are just a few of the quotes. There were many others that we collected, but people really seemed to like the taste, right? You could just add it to the water and drink it. It was easy to take and seemed to improve my skin texture and appearance, someone else said. I can see positive changes in my skin and nails, that it was a drink and not a pill. And I think that it made my skin more radiant. What I love about this quote is that it isn't a pill, right? It's a powdered mix in your market. And there's different formats around the world that you'll come to know, and maybe I can talk about that toward the end. But people really like that because it really plays well with the younger demographic where maybe they don't want to take a pill and they want a powdered mix-in with these ingredients with no artificial colors or flavors or sweeteners that really provide those incredible beauty from within benefits that both the younger demographic and the older demographic is looking for. Now, as part of this clinical study, we saw incredible benefits on radiance and texture, like I already mentioned, boosts in your scanner score, and a high probability of reduced signs of aging. So I want to talk about those reduced signs of aging, perhaps after this next slide. Just to highlight here quickly that one of our very own scientists, Shelley Hester, if you don't know her, she's one of our PhDs. She is a registered dietitian. I get to work with her on a daily basis along with our other PhD scientists, and she's just incredible to work with. But her, along with Steve Wood and Russell Gray, who is our clinical research specialist. How many companies out there have a research or clinical research specialist on their team? Well, we do because of the number of clinical studies that we do. Dale Kern, one of our scientists on the skincare side, who's been instrumental in Boost, in LumiSpa, in our Galvanic spas, and then Zoe Dralos, who's actually a member of our scientific advisory board, an incredible world-renowned dermatologist. And so together, they were able to publish this abstract, and Shelley will be presenting this at the Nutrition Live Online 2021. And so just, I share this with you only to kind of brag about our science and that our clinicals are so robust that they're accepted at these nutrition conferences to be able to highlight and present some new and innovative findings to be able to add more scientific knowledge into the industry when it comes to nutrition. These are the benefits. This to me is what gets me out of bed. It's what makes me excited because there are so many benefits to pick from and choose from in terms of how you talk about this great product to your friends or your clients or your neighbors. Because, I mean, look at this. We have clinically proven to help you look more youthful. Well, that's backed by science. It's backed by a clinical study. It helps protect against the damaging effects of free radicals, including those caused by blue light. Well, that's because of lutein. Without that ingredient, we wouldn't be able to make that claim at an effective dose to be able to support this. It helps visibly reduce fine lines and wrinkles. That's because these collagen peptides, they're not your typical ones. These are bioactive for being able to provide that dramatic difference on lines and wrinkles. And in addition to the next one, supporting skin hydration and healthy moisture. In fact, this is kind of a combination of the different ingredients in the blend, but specifically being supported by these ceramides, boosting collagen and elastin production in your skin. And this isn't just a minor increase in collagen and elastin. This is a very dramatic increase, right? 18% of elastin and 65% increase in collagen. It's level 1 SCS certified. What other company can claim that with their Beauty from Within supplement? Zero. It doesn't exist. It's only limited to us. And then also, the claim that's limited to us is that it's clinically demonstrated to enhance the skin radiance and texture benefits of ageLOC LumiSpa when used together. And so this to me just really provides an additional level of evidence and additional claims that aren't found anywhere else in the industry for beauty from within. Now, when we talk about better together, what I mean by this concept is that, yes, we did a clinical study, and I'm going to show you the results of how LumiSpa and Collagen Plus together are better together. But the concept here is very important to understand because Collagen Plus provides your skin with these incredible nutrients, right? So these bioactive collagen peptides, the lutein and the ceramides, and it provides these nutrients to help the skin function better. Now, when you do that, you prepare your skin to obtain better results. Now, I could have pictures of any of our incredible, innovative skincare products out there, right? Who out there has a favorite? I mean, what is your favorite skincare product that you use from Nu Skin? Is it ageLOC Boost? Is it LumiSpa? Do we have some Galvanic Spa fans out there? What about 180? ageLOC Transformation. I mean, we could add our bioadaptive Nutricentials line. We have so many incredible skincare products. And the point I want to make clear to you is that even though our study was just with LumiSpa to be able to show the enhanced benefits, because Collagen Plus provides your skin with these incredible nutrients, it prepares it for better results with the best skincare. And who has the best skincare out there? Well, it's us, right? It's Nu Skin. So that's what I'm really excited about here. And that was one of the big reasons why we developed Beauty Focus Collagen Plus, because we have the best skincare and people look younger and younger and younger as they use our products. But at the same time, to optimize beauty, if you're not getting these key nutrients for beauty from within, you can never optimize or have the optimal level of youthfulness in the skin if you don't do it both ways, beauty on the out and beauty from within. So this combination is, I think, what we're really excited about, because even if you look at our customer demographic as well, more tend to lean toward the skincare side, and then eventually maybe transfer over, or some people at the beginning, move to our Pharmanex and our nutrition line. They're both incredible products and provide great revenue for the company and a great opportunity for you as a sales leader in terms of just the breadth of our portfolio of products to offer to the world. But what I love about this is that this product can help to bridge the gap between our incredible skincare and this beauty from within concept in the industry that is booming, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so I talked about the benefits of combining the two together. This is what we're getting to, and this is what we're so excited about. When you look at overall visual appearance, and this is an expert visual grader. This isn't just people noticing, oh, yeah, my skin looks younger by about this %, right? Based on a certain rating scale that they're given in this study. This is an expert who has years and years and years of experience in evaluating skin and determining how that skin ranks or how it's graded in terms of appearance and other things that we'll get to. And you can see here with the placebo, there was a minor improvement as expected. And then LumiSpa, wow, look at that. That makes a dramatic difference in the overall appearance of the skin. But you combine Collagen Plus and LumiSpa, the results are better together. I want you to repeat that, better together by combining the two together. Okay, what about skin texture, right? The roughness or the smoothness of the skin. You can see here with the placebo, a very minor difference as expected. LumiSpa, a nice significant increase. And this is in line with some of the other clinical studies we've done on the LumiSpa, by the way. But when you combine the two together, and when you combine the two together, I'm not talking about putting Collagen Plus directly on your skin like with the LumiSpa. I'm talking about taking Collagen Plus internally or orally, right, as directed, and using LumiSpa as directed. Look at that dramatic increase. It's almost double the improvement over baseline when you combine Collagen Plus with LumiSpa. And we're talking about texture and smoothness of the skin, which is really a core benefit of the LumiSpa on its own. And texture of the skin is super critical because that's the smoothness. And a lot of people notice that more smooth skin by using LumiSpa on its own because of its incredible technology, because of the ingredients, because of that oscillating technology where it moves one direction and the opposite to be able to stimulate the skin and provide that really youthful, smooth skin. But you combine it with Collagen Plus. I mean, can you imagine almost double the benefits in this regard? And this is just after 4 months of using these products together. So keep that in mind and keep that in perspective of how dramatic that increase was. And then we look at, last but not least, skin radiance, right? This is that youthful glow on the skin. And you can see versus the placebo, you can see LumiSpa has a nice increase, and then Collagen Plus and LumiSpa together had an even greater, more significant increase. So remember those words, better together, right? Additive, enhanced benefits, better results by using Collagen Plus and LumiSpa together versus LumiSpa on its own. And LumiSpa on its own provides incredible results, don't get me wrong. Okay, I mentioned earlier that it reduces the signs of aging on the skin, okay? This is some very unique statistical analysis that was done. In this clinical study, the participants and the expert graders had this scale of no signs of aging, minimum signs of aging, mild signs of aging, moderate signs of aging, or severe signs of aging. And based on this rating, they all rated their skin and the expert grader as well in terms of radiance and texture and firmness and appearance and other parameters. And you can see that based on this analysis and the ranking that this grader provided to the skin of the subjects in the study, there was a very low probability of having that youthful level of skin in terms of if you fell within that no, minimum, or mild box, we'll call it a box of youthful skin, this is your probability of getting that type of skin. Versus at the end of the study, after 4 months, look at the number of participants, look at the probability of having that more youthful, mild, minimum, or even no signs of aging on the skin based on this clinical study. I mean, look at that, over 90% for radiance, about 100% for texture, over 50% for firmness, and over 90% for overall appearance. And so as you can see on the bottom, participants using Collagen Plus and ageLOC LumiSpa had a high probability of showing mild to no signs of aging on the skin after 4 months of use in these different parameters that were measured. This to me just blows my mind, and it's incredible analysis of, you know, if you ever want the odds to be in your favor for more youthful skin, you should definitely be taking this product. And I do want to mention here that even though the results are better together, you can get great results on your own by just taking Collagen Plus. You don't need to combine it with Boost or with LumiSpa or these other products. Of course, we would recommend it. You'll get better results, but you can get these incredible benefits by just taking Collagen Plus as well, for those who are just interested in that side. So level up and double down on your beauty routine with an inside out approach. You can see that beautiful packaging there, right? It's got a picture of a marigold or a marigold flower on the outside as a source of our lutein, right? It's Collagen Plus, and we really like to focus on hydration and elasticity in addition to all the other benefits I talked to you about today. But this is brought to you by experts in both topical skincare and nutrition. What I want to mention here is that we have an incredible team of scientists. We have incredible skincare scientists, like we have Deanna, we have Helen Nags, we have Del Kern, we have Casey Hawley, we have Molly Nielsen. We have many incredible nutrition scientists on our side as well, right? From Mark Bartlett to Joe Chang to Steve Wood to Shelly Hester to Tanner Gibb, myself, right? And it's this team of scientists that really gives us a competitive advantage where if we were formulating a Beauty from Within supplement, we might as well take advantage of the expertise of registered dietitians and biochemists and chemists, and the list goes on, biologists, et cetera, to be able to formulate the best possible product to give you the best results for Beauty from Within. And discover the best you. I think I got to the very end here. So let me turn the time back over to you, and maybe we have some Q&As at the end.
Yeah, hi Tanner, it's Sam here. First of all, wow, like how amazing is this product? I did just want to let you know we have had a few questions come through. Actually, not a few, quite a lot. We've actually been flooded with a lot of questions. So there's definitely some people that are really excited about it. In the essence of time, I'll just have to pick a few that have come through in the Q&A on the Zoom. First of all, Ina has sent through this message saying, what is the source of the collagen? Because I've been informed that unless it's from marine source, then it doesn't survive the gut and is not absorbed. Can you talk to that at all? Is there any truth in that?
That's a good question, and there's actually not a lot of truth to that. Our source actually comes from bovine hide, but in terms of sources, right, you have your fish collagen and you have your bovine collagen as the main sources. You also have porcine collagen, but it's not just about the raw material, it's about how is it processed, because you have your collagen as this big molecule, but in terms of absorption and digestion in the body, it goes through a process where it breaks those bonds and it formulates these very small peptides that can actually be absorbed intact inside the body to stimulate collagen synthesis. And I can tell you firsthand, we've looked at the science and the studies. This is the best source that has the highest effect on stimulating collagen synthesis. And that's why we went with the bovine source for our global formula. Great question. By the way, let me answer another similar question that comes in. What type of collagen do we use? We know that there's over 28 types of collagen, but type 1, type 2, and type 3 are the main types of collagen inside the skin. And in fact, they make up over 90% of the collagen in the body. We use type 1 because it's the most abundant in the skin, but more importantly than just the type, as a nutritional source, the type of collagen actually becomes irrelevant because it's already broken down into the smaller peptides, right? You're not absorbing collagen type 1 intact, right? It's going to be broken down anyway. So whether it's 5 types or 20 types of collagen in a product, it doesn't matter. What matters is using a clinically effective dose of the specific collagen peptides that are formulated for the specific benefit that you care about. In our case, right, for all of those beauty from within benefits of reduced appearance of lines and wrinkles, increased elasticity, and increasing collagen and elastin in the skin, and the benefits on the nails as well.
Okay, great. Yep, perfect. Makes sense. Thank you, Tanner. Hope that answers your question, Ina. Got another question come through from Eva. She's wondering if we can mix it with other juices, say, for example, G3, or can you mix it with food? Can you talk at all to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's you should know. So in your market, you have the jar with a scoop, and so you'll just scoop it in with water or your favorite beverage. So I personally haven't tried it with G3, but that sounds exciting to me. It has a citrus flavor that is orange. So whatever orange flavor you want to add to your favorite juice or drink or smoothie or shake, by all means, please try it and give us feedback and let us know what's the best way to take it. In terms of adding it to drinks as well, you can mix it with warm or even hot liquids up to 80 degrees Celsius without damaging or degrading the quality of the collagen peptides. So these are very stable collagen peptides that we have in this product.
Okay, great. I'm definitely excited to try it with some of my morning smoothies, see how it goes. Then it's so hard. We've had about 30 questions come through, and it's impossible to go through all of them right now. But one that I've seen pop up a few times, people are wondering if it's okay to be taking when you're pregnant or breastfeeding.
Good question. The standard answer is always check with the doctor. I mean, these are safe ingredients. Collagen peptides are a source of protein. Lutein is a natural carotenoid, and then the wheat extract, right, comes from wheat, and so we wouldn't expect any issues. But because we didn't do testing on pregnant women or lactating women, we would always recommend that they just check with the doctor first to be safe. One thing I will mention too, probably someone asked, is there any gluten in the product because we're using an ingredient from wheat? Well, the answer is that there's 20 parts per million gluten in the wheat lipid extract. The FDA has said that that anything 20 part per million or less can be labeled as gluten-free. But because we're a very conservative company, we're not going to make that claim, but just keep in mind of how minuscule the level of gluten is inside the product for those that are concerned or wondering about that as well.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Tanner. I know there definitely was a few people wondering, so thanks for crossing that question off as well. So in the essence of time, that's about all we can really go through as part of the Q&A. However, what we're going to do is we're going to be sending this recording out to everyone, and we're going to take note of a bunch of these questions. And if we need to, we'll work with Tanner separately. We can get some responses, and we'll send some answers to these questions along with the recording in an email to everyone at some point next week. So apart from that, I think we're good to let Tanner go and enjoy his Friday night. We're super grateful for him for hopping on. It's been an amazing 30-40 minutes of some really great scientific training on this product. So thank you very much, Tanner, for joining us.
You're welcome, and thanks everybody. Enjoy your Saturday. I'll enjoy my Friday night. You guys are awesome. Keep up all the hard work and working hard and enjoying life and staying safe and healthy. So happy to help, and take care, everybody.